Hi, and welcome to part 2 of my bottle bunny papier mâché project. I'll be working on this little piece here. And it all began with a liquid soap squeeze bottle, which is in part 1 of this series. And the body is finally coming together. So after it was taped up over the different types of paper, I marked on it with a pencil. So this is the front part that I'm working on right here. I'm going to use up these cream-colored scraps, but you can use any color that you like. So here I'm using the paper strip method with my liquid starch. As I tear and overlap the pieces, so we'll take it in different sections. I hope that you enjoyed this video. By the way, my name is Rozani, and I'm glad you can be here with me today. If you're new to this video and to my channel, I'd like to welcome you, and you can feel free to pause this video at any time and you can come back to it. Meanwhile, I welcome any of your questions in the comments section. Let's continue. I'm just going to proceed from here. I'll be filling it in. It's going to need a lot of extra bulk. But I've really enjoyed working on this piece. And today is a good day. We've got sunshine here in southeast Alabama. It's really nice. That means that it'll dry a little bit quicker. I'm going to put it in front of a window and let the natural sunlight hit it. And I hope that the weather is good where you are. I did start this off camera, but let's keep moving right along. And I'll just continue working, and I'll build up these arms a little bit more. It's coming together piece by piece. And I'm working on that little face area too, because I want it to be very sturdy, so it can support that little papier mâché bunny head. And that head has a flat back. But I see it's getting pretty damp, so I'm going to set it aside for now and allow it to dry. Now, this is an interesting part for me here because I needed to round off the paws. And at this point, they could also be turned into mittens. I'm not quite sure yet, but either way, they do need to be filled in. So I'm using the papier mâché pulp, which works really nicely. And then once I have that into place, I can cover it with the paper strips, which you'll see coming up. Now, if you wanted to, you could cover the entire bunny with papier mâché pulp. But for me, I want to keep it as lightweight as possible. So there are only going to be a few areas that have the actual papier mâché pulp, or as I like to say, papier mâché. It's the same thing. But anyway, yeah, so it goes on easily, you know. Now when it's at this stage, it's nice and soft, and you can make indentations. You can sculpt with it, or you could cover it up with paper like what I'm doing. And it will be soft enough where I could still make indentations. But for now, I'm just going to cover it. And of course, you're going to need to set it aside to dry once you have it on there. And if the weather is bad, you can sit it in front of a fan or under a ceiling fan. I have different colors of paper, which I really enjoy using. And it's important to make different colored layers. And that's because you want to make sure that there are no gaps. So if one layer is one color and another layer is a different color, you can tell that there's not enough coverage. So this will be solid all the way around. But you could do a print. This is copier paper, and I love it because it absorbs the liquid really nicely. And I'm just going to cover the entire area as much as I can, doing one side at a time, making sure that there are no gaps and that I don't see any other color underneath. I just want to see blue. If you wanted to make mittens, you can add more pulp. You can shape it however you like. So I'm experimenting here, and I thought I'd show you what I'm doing. But I do continue to cover everything with the blue as I work. I did get a little bit distracted here because I wanted to work on this little hand and decided to turn it into a mitten for now. Now I did work on it some more off camera, and you could see here what I've done with it so far. Now I'm going to attach the little face. I used regular Elmer's or PVA glue and just stick it right on there. And then I go over the side seams with the glue, and then that'll be covered with a little bit of paper and filled in. So I'm going to add some glue to the back, of course, to make sure that the ears will stay in place. And I'll fill it in with a little bit of glue, just like I did on the sides here, in between the little supports. And then I'll fill those in. I'm using little bits of paper, and tissue paper usually works best. So I will continue with that and just putting it in between the little spaces there. And then I'll apply it to the ears also. Please remember, you can always take a break from your projects and come back to them. The same with this video. You can pause it at any time. No pun intended. But yeah, you can take your time, watch it on your own time, and don't feel like you have to rush. So let's keep going with these little ear backs. See, now I'm adding that tissue right there. And I used Papier Mâché pulp over the back of the head. Now let's add a little cottontail. But it doesn't need to be cotton. Here we go. This is the easiest part of all because I'm using the white tissue paper and just crumpling it up into a little shape using the liquid starch, making sure it's nice and sticky enough to hold it on. We're not going to need any glue at all. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a shape there and sticking it on. I might fluff it up a little bit more, but that's all you really need to do. Could you do me a favor? If you're with me this far, leave a little bunny emoji for me in the comments. Thank you. So there's the tail. And you could also see that I've added a little bit of Papier Mâché pulp to the head. And I've made sure that I've covered up the back of the ears. There's so many possibilities, and I'll continue working on it off camera, and I hope that you'll make one of your own and have fun with it. So I'm sending everyone bunny hugs, and thanks again for having joined me on this bunny bottle project. So take care, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.